everybody. It's time for plastickat. Okay, where's my $5?
Well, so this week we'll be talking about bad fan fiction or good fan fiction or good bad fan fiction. I don't know, I've never read a good fan fiction before. I've read ones I've gone. I recognize the writing that is in this is good, but I'm not really interested beyond that.
For fan fictions?
Yeah, fan fiction. I don't know, it's like I've never really understood beyond reading weird bad ones, reading fan fiction, but I don't know. I understand the idea is that it's to practice with a pre-established setting, characters, and to bring what you want from the show that the show does not bring into the fan fiction and the setting.
I guess that's true.
Like,
I'd have to see like because I've never really been interested in fan fictions either, and I'd have to see like an incredibly well written one.
I don't know. It's like I can kind of understand why someone would like it. Like, say, I really like Harry Potter, but I really wish there was a queer or LGBTQIA presence in Harry Potter. Fan fiction to the rescue, I guess. So then it's a fan interpretation where it includes whatever they would really wish to see in it. But yet again, I don't know.
What about like I wonder if there's ever been somebody who's like South Park, like somebody writes a bunch of South Park fan fictions, and then like the guys from South Park are like, "Hey, your fan fictions are really good. You want to come write for the show?"
That's actually happened before.
Has it?
Yeah, that's okay. That's actually what happened with, say, I'm trying to remember. I remembered there was a show that actually did an entire episode based on very short fan fictions, but I can't remember. But that has happened before, but it's rare and it depends on the people. Like Matt and Trey might do that, but most of the fan fiction for South Park are usually boy love fan fiction.
Or Kyle's getting it up the butt?
Actually, it's really funny. It's really rare to find something that's really a lot of the fan fiction are written by girl fans that are more interested in writing, long-winded romance around the various boys of South Park.
Which is odd because when I remember being in middle school and South Park was still like a hot, fresh thing, all the fans, quote unquote fans of South Park, were like dudes in the locker room.
Yeah, dudes in the locker room who stuck hockey sticks up their butts.
Weird.
But so it's like it's that's one of those things. Like, but apparently the fandom has changed now, so that you have this large contingency of female fans that all draw the boys as anime pretty boys, which is an interesting evolution. Like,
Anime pretty boys.
yeah, anime pretty boys, they draw them as like anime the Bishinings with the sparkles and the big eyes and the tight butts and the leather pants.
And then they give Kyle like really like awesome volumey hair
Yeah,
of like sexiness.
yeah. And then Cartman's only slightly overweight.
I mean, I do. It's a weird thing too because I do understand fan art.
Yeah,
Like if you love something very much and you want to like do your representation of it. I don't know why it's so hard for me to get the disconnect between fan fiction. And fan fiction's old as shit too. It's not like a new thing.
it's been around since the first Trek series. They would pass around zines. In fact, Star Trek is actually considered sort of the Omega fandom in a lot of ways for a lot of the modern fan movements, like fan fiction, fan characters. Zines basically became the websites and the Tumblrs and things like that of today.
And even like certain things that we consider like a Mary Sue, which is generally like people use Mary Sue now for everything, but Mary Sue specifically refers to like a character in a fan fiction.
Yeah,
And it originated from a Star Trek fan
yeah. It was
script.
it was basically based on a wish fulfillment character from a female Star Trek fan, where she was the youngest female officer on the Star Trek thingy.
On the Enterprise.
Yeah, on the Enterprise. I couldn't like it's like
I'm sorry, Star Trek fans.
Star Trek fans. I have failed you. Please don't spam me with the Star Trek wiki.
You must commit seppuku.
Yeah, okay. Let me find a box cutter. Oh, I wonder if this pencil will do it.
Because I like Star Trek, but I'm not like a Star Trek fan.
I like Star Trek say more than Star Wars. I like Star Trek because it's like I like the fact that it has a sort of interesting, more of an interesting. It like it has aliens and they go about the universe and they have different issues they approached.
Like kind of like taking a diplomatic stance on things,
Yeah, as opposed to I don't know other things, but
like just hitting it with a laser sword.
yeah, pink, pink, yeah. Which is weird because people keep on saying, "Aren't you angry about the Disney buying Star Wars?" Like people still ask me that right now. It's like,
They ask you that?
well, not me. Like they'll just have general conversation. I'm still mad that Disney bought Star Wars. I don't know. One person asked me that out of the blue. I didn't even know them. It'd be kind of like if someone was wandering the streets, came up to your window, knocked, like, "Hey, can I have a conversation with Star Wars about with you? Star Wars conversation."
Didn't the Disney thing happen like a year ago?
Like, it happened like 5 years ago, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know, but it just seemed weird when people were like, "Oh, Disney's gonna ruin Star Wars." Did they?
No,
Did they ruin Marvel? Did they ruin anything else? No, it can't be ruined more than it already has, unless they can't really ruin Star Wars that much.
no, that's true. I
Because
think the only real problem I have with anything like that is just that it's like Disney's gonna own everything.
yeah, that's the problem I have with Disney buying everything is that they basically have become the cyberpunk corporation. It's like, ooh, all our media seems to be streaming through Disney.
It's all gonna be through the Disney filter, and it doesn't mean it's gonna be bad media. It just means like
It's uncomfortable.
Disney rules us.
Yeah, it's like the mouse. You are now officially the mouse's bitch. But
And you know who was influenced by Disney? Osamu Tezuka
yeah, let's talk about him.
and Mouse Bitches.
Yeah. Sultry pictures of mouse women. Recently, for anybody who's listening to the cast and has not heard it over the past few days, it was found locked in a drawer of his name again. I can't pronounce it. The manga godfather. I feel bad for forgetting his name. I can't remember names at the moment.
Osamu Tezuka.
Osamu Tezuka. I fear I was going to mispronounce it. They found several series of drawings. In this case, the most prominent, sexy mouse drawings. Mouse women with hips and tits and the works.
It's really not that rich. It's just kind of posing sexy. It's not really doing anything weird or.
I know, but for anybody that has, for anybody that's just familiar with Astro Boy, they'll kind of go, "Wow, that's weird." Tezuka had a fur affinity in his drawer, but to you and me, who have actually, or like even I, who have am passively familiar with him, like I only have one of his books at the moment, which is but Sparky knows because he is the Tezuka fanboy.
Love Tezuka.
He is his voyeur.
Not only is Tezuka one of my biggest heroes, he's like probably one of the most important people in comics.
Well, pretty much first of all, I have one of his comics here, which is Ode to the
The the one about the cats.
yeah, the people that turn into dog canine cat things. Which
Oh, to Kira, I think it's Kirihito. Crap.
I don't,
I've never actually read that one. That's weird.
well, here's the thing. It's the first book of his I had bought, and it's also the longest book I actually own at about 822 pages.
Like, I wanted to read that one because I thought it was really good. It's one of those. It's weird, kind of like a body horror thing.
It's a body horror and kind of a medical drama.
See, part of why Tezuka was so important is because he literally kind of invented every genre of manga.
He invented every genre of manga and then proceeded to advance them beyond the sort of he invented both the sort of kid-friendly medias and also the more adult, mature storytelling medias. He invented
Exactly.
he invented shonen and he invented seinen at the same time.
And it's weird to think of Astro Boy as shonen too, because it's actually a pretty dark story.
Well, that's the thing. It was like the only thing you really need to do to take Astro Boy and make it dark is to consider that you have Pluto. It's not too different from the original Astro Boy story, except it kind of addresses the more darker themes of the series. A world of sentient robots, their various how they identify in public, and the people's reaction to them.
Exactly. The big difference between Pluto and a regular Astro Boy story is that it's just kind of drawn differently.
Drawn differently, and well, in this case, one's a bit more violent, but
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
yeah, well, drawn differently considering that the man who drew Pluto was the man who also drew the series Monster, and I'm trying to think of the other thing, 20th
20th
century.
Century Boys.
Yeah, he.
Yes.
Yeah, but so basically, he says he's pretty much owes everything he knows and has done to Azuma Tezuka.
And if you're not familiar with how awesome Tezuka is, like not only did he pretty much created the proto version of every genre of manga that you read today, he uh, was a doctor who graduated from Tokyo University with a medical degree.
Which is actually one of the things, like, you'll notice that if you read all his comics, there is at some point something having to do with medicine or surgery or just biology in general.
In fact, Blackjack is probably one of his most famous works, aside from Astro Boy. Like, and it's about a doctor. Like
It's
every chapter is.
it's about a doctor, pretty much. And also, he was also one of the innovators where a lot of his comics had really progressive themes. Like even his children's stuff where it had progressive themes like anti-racism, very interesting characters that were very like a lot of his characters even by today's standards are very alternative to what you would see in most mainstream things.
And then also, if you read his comics, you'll notice he draws titties on animals sometimes.
It's kind of a reoccurring thing. It's like one of those things you see it once and think it's like one of those things you see. Oh, we'll just drive past that. That happened once, and then you look through almost all his other comics, and it's like at some point there'll be an animal woman with titties.
And it's like, and the idea that, because I don't necessarily think that his fetish here is furries. I think it's transformation,
Transformation and things like that.
which is really like his magnum opus was uh, Phoenix, which was not completed before his death.
Unfortunately,
And Phoenix is literally, it's not necessarily like, well, I want to say like it's about transformation entirely. It is, but not like in the sexual way. But you can tell that he has a thing with it. Like he definitely thought about it a lot. So the idea that he's into the idea of like a sexy transforming mouse girl is not at
it's
all surprising.
it's not at all surprising, but to the general public, be like, oh, that's the guy who did Astro Boy, and they'll look at it and go, that mouse has tits.
I just like these aren't even the most lewd drawings that I've seen in his work. Like not anything really particularly crazy going on here.
Not really.
I just thought it was a weird story to come out of nowhere. Like why I don't understand why it's a news story. I guess because I guess just because they were locked away in a drawer, so it's a secret stash.
It's his secret stash, even though he doesn't really have a secret stash. It's out in public.
Yeah, you go to anybody's fur affinity right now, you'll find stuff that's way worse than this on the front page.
Pretty much. Oh, like there's an animation he did called "Seduced by a Shapeshifter," where this red, demon-looking woman turns into a horse with tits and tries to seduce this guy.
Beautiful.
It's like, yeah, those pictures in the drawer. It's like everybody. Yeah, but there were people that were apparently surprised, and they were like, it's shocking to learn that Zuma Tezuka, the creator of Astro Boy, kept a stash of sexy mouse drawings locked in his drawer. It's like
I don't doubt that he masturbated too.
it's like well, considering you say, have you ever seen the Beast of the Mighty Nature or anything he's done?
I'm pretty shocked to find out that Walt Disney masturbated. Do you think the Pope jacks off?
Probably. And well, it's like it's not an issue the Pope jacking off, it's what he jacks off to.
Ah.
It's like, this Pope, he just jacks off to normal porn. This Pope is the Sith Pope, and you don't want to see his stash.
Of weirdo porn.
Yeah, weirdo porn. Like, this is the stuff that even makes, weirdos uncomfortable. Like, yeah, I jack off the sheep, but that's weird.
It's weird.
It's like,
Pope is German, right? I think he's German.
well, the Pope that we have right now, I think, is actually South American.
Oh yeah.
The last Pope, the Sith Pope, was German.
German.
And
Keep
was
forgetting.
It's like we have a new Pope. The other Pope just said, "I'm tired. I go home now."
It's just weird to me that we've had two new popes in our lifetime too.
Yeah, that's just strange. That's something you can only. It's like a rare thing.
Because when you're a pope, aren't you a pope for like until you die?
Yeah, it's like that's your job until death. You can't. It's like That'd be like saying, I gotta go home now. I don't want to hold up the earth now, or something. It's like that's a job you're gonna have until you're dead.
Like you are the direct conduit to God. So there you go.
You can't just say, "Hey God, can I go home now? I'm tired."
But I guess if he says I don't have to do the job anymore, then he can quit because he's infallible, which doesn't make any sense. Is the old Pope still infallible? He's not Pope anymore.
He's not Pope anymore. You can just go up and kick him in the shin. I don't know. Like, was he fallible? Like, was he fallible in the first place? Like, when does he go from being infallible to infallible? Like, he was infallible when he was human, and
Is
then
the Pope not human?
well,
I
say
knew it. The Pope is a reptilian.
no. You become no. First, you're a human. Then you put through a Tesua transformation.
Oh, and then you shapeshift into a shapeshifter.
Yeah, and then you turn into a reptiloid. And then when you're done, either you die and assume your true form, or you go, I'm going home now. This Jesuit guy can be Pope now. Bye.
And I'm glad the Illuminati really thought all this through.
Yes, the Illuminati. Like they happen to read a lot of Tesua. It's like, yes, this will be our Pope strategy. We'll have them turn to lizard women with tits. The Pope doesn't need tits. Why are you putting tits on him? Because.
I think the Pope needs tits.
Yeah, I say we need a Pope woman.
Can a woman be Pope?
Uh, I think there's some bullshit saying that says a woman can't be Pope. But I think if you ask him now, it's like, yes, a woman can be Pope. We're not sexist. And he'll look side to side nervously.
The Catholic Church is not going to change its position on the inadmissibility of women priests. Pope Francis said, but it doesn't have to stop linking all decisions making to ordination and allow women to have a voice in deliberations.
Yeah, but so the Pope. Yeah, but so we have a reptiloid Pope who might be
There was a Pope Joan.
a Pope Joan.
Mythical female. Oh, wait, hold on. Mythical female Pope who allegedly reigned for a few years sometime during the Middle Ages.
Huh. Oh, by the way, this Tescua video, which I should link. I'll link it to you. It's really trippy. She turns into a horse and then a panther, and they all have tits or hips.
Or hip tits.
Yeah. And on the same video, there's a scientific proof that David Icke was right about the reptilians. It's like, damn it, wherever I go, there's the Illuminati or reptiloids.
I'm just looking at all these pictures again. Can we get more pictures of his fucking persona?
Yeah, I'm gonna raise him from the grave. That's what I'll do. I'll learn necromancy. Tetsuo, I've risen you from the grave to arrange a deviant art commission. I just like the idea of using, imaginable power, like necromancy or something, to just do stupid shit.
He wakes up. He's like, "What's your PayPal account?"
Here you go. Here's your brand of pens. Here's a desk.
I wonder if he would have a ridiculous screen name.
Probably. If he signed up at like 14, like the balling man in Japan,
I love that.
and it has like XEXXX afterwards because someone else took it before him.
I like the Teletubby in this video that you linked.
It's so weird. It's like I'm looking at it going, okay, who animated this?
Tezuka had an X-rated movie too.
Yeah, I heard about it. It was like in Egypt.
Yeah, Cleopatra, Queen of Sex, or something like that.
Yeah, and people were like, it's dragging itself up. What's going? This is so weird to look at. Like, okay, I got a question. If you suddenly had a horse come up on you, like a pink horse with like a weird horn, with tits, and bedroom eyes, would you react to that?
Yes. With a massive boner.
Yeah, now she's doing some weird seductive dance. It's a lion with tits trying to seduce the male lions. This is strange. Tezuka, everybody, he invented everything.
He even invented hentai.
He even invented hentai, furry porn, and the various other fetishes.
Well, no, I'm wrong on that. Hentai was around before Tezuka.
Well, it was around before him, but he may not have invented it, but he perfected it.
There you go.
And of course, the pink line runs off with a dude in her mouth.
This is sexy.
It's like, you're coming with me, we're gonna make a interspecies hentai. And that's thus how fur affinity was made. Okay, so let's see, what else would we... Okay, so Tezuka, the godfather of manga, or Japanese comic books, because I sound stupid saying manga.
Everyone, yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's like, is it manga or manga? I don't know.
Japanese comic books. I'll leave it to the Japanese to say the word. I want to find a Japanese man on like Fiverr.com to have him like, okay, can you say this word for $5 so I don't have to say it anymore? Sure.
My favorite manga is Peanuts.
Phoenix?
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
That and Marmaduke.
Mine is Garfield. Actually, I think there is a Garfield manga somewhere. It was
I don't doubt it.
It was an official thing.
Well, it's also like a language thing, manga, too. So like whenever you're in Japan and you're say talking about comics, you want to say manga, you'd be like, oh, I love Spider-Man. I love the Spider-Man manga.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not the name for their comics. It's just the name for. It's what they say.
Look at all this lion ass. We're gonna include links to all of these so people can see what we're talking about.
Okay, let me just fire up open office. So the first thing we talked about was, hey everybody, you get to hear the post-production, pre-production while you listen to the podcast, delivered right to you. Tezuka,
Tezuka,
yeah. I have this book right here in front of me. I should be able to pronounce his goddamn name. What do you think his persona would be?
Tezuka's persona?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Actually, I think he had one. It was a pig.
Did he really?
Yeah, he would draw. He and Ghibli both draw themselves as pigmen.
That's true. And then Toriyama's persona was a robot.
Yeah, but that's not a persona. That's like a.
It's a persona.
I don't know. I think it like they'll get you'll have phrases like it would be actually a metal sona.
What's your persona, Tommy-chan?
I don't know. Bear, a big
Bear
looking.
Sona.
Yeah, bear son. A bear just sort of sitting on its ass, doodling in a notebook at a bus stop or something.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. What about you, Sparky Khan?
I think that my persona would have to be a wolf sheep with bat wings.
That would
And
actually.
it has like a special god. It's like a god eye. It's like a special god eye that can see everybody else's powers. I've thought about this.
Yeah. I like when you see someone's character, like you'll have your one that's very well thought, and then you have the one that kind of goes, yeah, you kind of went off the rails with that one. I don't know. You broke the game before it even started, which is weird because I don't really I don't really reject say wish fulfillment characters. It's just that if you're gonna try to be actually published, it's kind of bad that when your plot can be resolved by just the character walking forward.
Have you ever had any wish fulfillment characters?
I think I had when I was really young, but now most of my characters are just sort of losers. Like, I think I had one where he was... Well, it depends, because my stories all have sort of characters that are sort of on-off, sort of overly powerful. Except usually their powers are kind of hindrance. Like, yeah, I can control all the universe and cosmos, but I have crippling anxiety disorder. And a constant fear of everything. Something like that.
I think that's the arc that everyone takes, because on Tumblr now I see like people who clearly they had a weeaboo phase at some point.
Yeah.
But now if you look at all their OCs, they're losers.
Well, like, it's the thing. I kind of like when you have in a setting where it's like this character is all powerful, but he's a fucking loser.
See, like all my current characters that I come up with are like competent, but they're jerks or they're scumbags or they're
Well,
something.
I think that's the sort of thing where with characters you have to figure out how to balance them out. Like this character is altruistic and kind and wants to help everyone, but they're kind of not good at it or something like that. Flaws and flaws and strength. That's what makes a good character.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like say the best characters are like, hey, this guy is a jerk, but he gets the job done, or hey, this character is really nice and caring, wants to help everybody, but everyone thinks they're a criminal.
What kind of character is the Lost Mouse?
The Lost Mouse is sort of a hapless fool, more or less.
I can actually get behind that. I want to read that.
Well, first of all, that character, is the funny thing is that the Lost Mouse kind of came from. I wanted to do a comic where it sort of took different things I like to draw and things I couldn't draw, like settings, like forest settings. And what kind of and the Lost Mouse is more or less the archetypal character I work with, where they don't have a direction in life.
I actually like that.
They have no direction in life. They have really no aim. It's like, what's your 5-year plan? Not die?
And so it's just kind of like it's like a self-discovery thing for the mouse.
Yeah, and sort of the characters I made up as I go along are sort of plays with are sort of playing around with character type. Like one character is more or less a sort of fussy girl frog who really oftentimes nervous, anxious, and really dislikes being around people. But also is a writer who's trying to she's a writer, says, oh, this is my current project, and has nothing on it. And you suddenly discover, well, she has plenty of volumes of work. They're all just smut porn. Like,
Like Tezuka.
Yeah, Tezuka. It's like, yeah, you actually have 3 novels worth of writing. It's just that it's all porn, which is not bad. They also write Kindle porn to make money secretly.
That makes me think of like Tina from Bob's Burgers.
That's basically what this frog is. She's Tina from Bob's Burgers.
Sweet.
Except I think Tina has a little bit more confidence in this character. Because she's more of a worrywart, while Tina Tina may worry, but she has this ability to sort of almost go with the flow sometimes.
She almost has like a weird level of confidence.
It's like, she's threatful, she's, nervous, she has all those neuroses, but when the situation calls for it, she can, go with the flow.
Because I like that character so much.
Tina is basically like a Tumblr post come to life. In fact, all the Bob's Burger characters look like various people you would meet on Tumblr, including Bob himself.
That's true.
Like, Tina would have, the Yowie fandom blog. Lois would have, like, say, a blog full of porcelain babies.
Bob would have a blog dedicated to burgers and puns.
Yeah, burgers and puns and Instagrams of the burgers. Oh, what about goddamn, I can't remember the girl with the rabbit ears, and she's, like, my second favorite character.
Louise?
Yeah. She would have one of those, non-themed blogs with everything. Like, here's a gore shot, and here's a unicorn.
I love those blogs. I think Gene's... I don't take this as an insult, but I think Gene's blog would be like your blog.
I'm like, I'm hungry, and also here's a decapitation. Also, I'm kind of
weird music, fart noise. Yeah.
Gene's kind of actually like what I was as a kid.
That's true. I kind of relate to him too.
Yeah, well, Gene's kind of like me as a kid, except I was more of a goody two shoes little jerk.
Oh.
Like, I would actually have joined the no cussing club as a small child.
No way.
Yes.
No. No shit.
That's bad, mister. You shouldn't say bad words. Like, I thought hell was a bad word and I couldn't say it.
I was a kid. I never cursed in front of an adult as a kid. I was trying to do everything on the sly. But I did that little kid thing where you try to just throw in curses. I'd be like, fuck damn it. These bitch assholes don't want to fucking let me do what I want to do. And it's like...
Cursing on the sly. Subliminal cursing. Which would actually be saying a bunch of words with the beginning letter spelling out the curse word.
That would be intense.
Yeah. Like, my entire sentence was actually a complex form of saying fuck you. But, Okay, looking through the Tescua video results for the shape seduced by a shapeshifter, which is a video we both watched, and is apparently from Stealth Pornocopia, which has a picture of Fifi LaFume from the Tiny Toons.
That's stealth porno.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm
it's
sorry. I'm watching the Tezuka video in bits. I just pressed play,
yeah.
and the green sex alien turned the pink sex alien into like a vagina faced monster with crotch.
Oh, and okay, the beginning of the video, she turns into a spider, and her tits turns into the thorax.
Is that how spiders work?
I have no idea. That's the logic of the shapeshifters. I I don't know. I'm not a shapeshifter myself, nor am I insect expert, or nor an arachnid.
I'm a boob expert.
Okay, Sparky, do you think boobs would turn into a thorax?
Yes.
Or I don't know. I don't think it's called a thorax. I think the butt bit of a spider.
The
But
spider butt.
yeah, spider butt.
I'm
But
watching the snake. This is what the drawing was about. The snake woman.
oh god, okay. I'm. Can you send me the video you're watching? Is this in the seduced by a? Oh, what the fuck?
It is.
Oh god, it's so there's a Jesus Christ. She turns into a fucking Jesus Christ.
I think I might have to subscribe to Stealth Pornocopia.
You should. Okay, they will give us material for the next 2 weeks.
I think this is the best YouTube channel I've ever found.
You know what's really funny? There's loads of weird YouTube. Okay, so this is gonna be Tezuka's transformation furry hentai thingy. Because
Sorry, I'm watching the snake woman thing. It's insane.
oh my god. Yeah, he does have a transformation fetish.
Oh, I think it's about to turn into some vor.
Oh god. Yeah, it is. She's wrapping around the wolf. No, now she's kissing the goat wolf thing. Uh, this is
There it is.
yeah. That happened.
This is great.
Now
Oh, it turns out Stealth Pornocopia, their entire YouTube is dedicated to furry transformation and vor. So I'm glad I hit subscribe before I checked out anything except for the 2 Tezuka videos.
Well, now Chris is gonna be mad at me. Like, damn it, Tommy, you got Sparky to subscribe to more porn.
Yay.
Yeah, just this guy's being rubbed up against by snake women, snake tits, and just this is weird. And then, yeah, biting hair. Okay. Oh, Wicked City, the Spider Woman scene.
Let's see that now.
Okay, so me and Sparky are basically looking through the safe for work porn on YouTube. That's what's happened. Okay, so apparently Tezuka had enough stuff to fill a YouTube channel, or at least a couple of them. Okay, let's see what they. Okay, so there's a Rouge video. There's There's a Looney Tunes video.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Yeah, Donald Duck. His hands get big.
Donald Duck, more like Donald, I want to fuck that duck. Wink.
There's self-infantilized sisters from. Okay, you know what's really weird? There is a lot of weird. Johnny Test is the new propagator for a bunch of fetish people. I'm pretty sure.
Is it really?
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen Johnny Test?
Not willingly, no.
Not willingly. Well, like I'll watch it because I'm bored. Like I saw several episodes in a row because like I was sick and there was nothing else to do and my computer wasn't working.
I've done that like a couple, like 2011. I couldn't find my remote for like a week, and I worked nights, so just every afternoon at about 1 o'clock, I'd be waking up to Johnny Test.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Johnny Test, in the intro, he gets transformed into a fish man, a spider, and it's the weirdest one. He apparently gets transformed into a busty woman often.
Sexy.
It's like, just an entire series just seems to be like a weird hidden, series of transformation fetish. It's weird.
Just another reason the Johnny Test is just great.
That and the great animation, and that. You know what's really the thing that bugs me the most about Johnny Test?
What?
Is when they raise their arms, there's always that guitar rip.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, did you know that one of the Jonas Brothers actually created the series?
No way.
Yeah, wait.
What?
I'm dead serious, man.
We'll go look that up now.
Well, it might have been the Jonas Brothers or a band I'm confused with the Jonas Brothers.
Created by Scott Fellows. I don't doubt that they were involved with it.
Well, like everything about Johnny Test, you just kind of look at it going, okay, it's not bad enough to be laughable or entertaining.
It's just kind of bad.
It's bad. It's like bad in like the worst way possible, where it's like I'm both bored and angry, but neither one is taking over. Like,
Created by Scott Fellows. He's born in Newtown, Connecticut, and is an American television writer and producer. He's creator and executive producer of Nickelodeon's Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, which I did watch. I watch that like every day.
wait, how did you go from making Ned's Declassified Survival Guide to Johnny Test? Actually, did you know it was originally going to be a live action series?
Was it really?
Yeah, I read there was an article where I was reading where you had like the animated series that were going to be live action, and one of them was Dan versus was originally going to be a live action series on FX.
I could actually see that working.
Yeah, I could see it working out. I think it'd been kind of cool, but I really like Dan versus, and I was sad when it was canceled.
Love Dan's Versus.
Yeah, and then Johnny Test was supposed to be like a live action kid show back in like '98.
What else did he make? He did 100 Deeds for Eddie McDowd. No, that's what he wrote on that show.
Oh, he wrote on that show.
Wienerville and Doug.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So he did all that, and yet he made Johnny Test.
Made Johnny Test.
Which is really funny because you'll sometimes have people who are like, hey, this guy's from that one group who created that great thing, and they go off and make something that's like, wow, this is shit.
Terrible.
Okay, so did I link you the video? The Johnny's Test video?
Yes.
It's a minute long, and his sisters turn into babies. That's the entire video.
It's the sister saying baby?
No, the sisters turn into babies. Wait, oh, what? Popples?
Are they jacking off to the babies?
I maybe that's actually apparently another one of those weird sort of fringe fetishes where age regression is.
You want to hear a story?
Okay, story time.
I don't know if this has come out before, if I've said this to anybody before, but
I think you might have said it on the stream once, but go on.
I either said it on the stream or I said it to Tooch on a different podcast. But what it was is on DeviantArt a couple of years ago, I got a weird request. This was actually after I first got my tablet.
Oh.
I got a request for via note for Baby Doll from Batman the Animated Series, but like as if she actually acted and thought she was a baby.
Ooh.
And the requester, I won't say their username, but I will say their username. It was.
I'll bleep that out.
I went to his DeviantArt, and all his stuff on there was like baby fan fictions about anime and cartoon characters that were babies, and baby pictures of babies, and his face were all babies.
Oh God.
And I read through his whole profile and everything like that, and there's like a whole series of like fetish specific terminology.
Oh God.
Yeah, like he is I remember this all very vividly. He was a playful baby boy, man to baby trans baby, And he had a friend who who in their adult persona is a grown man, but their baby persona is a baby girl.
You ever that sounds weirdly like this one forum I encountered from a podcast
Oh, really?
called Sissy Kiss.
I love it already.
And okay, so you ever listen to the F Plus podcast?
No.
It's basically a podcast where a bunch of people get together, get drunk, and read weird things off the internet. And it's everything from Roy Orbis, the singer, wrapped in cling wrapped, to the lonely people who think that the world is actually out to get them and is making them lonely on purpose, to an entire forum where men discuss tampons and maxi pads and dress in pink underwear.
Oh my God! I've seen the tampon maxi pad fetish.
Yeah, there's this entire DeviantArt where this guy has where he catalogs his collections and shows them off.
Seen that. Actually, I think you linked me to that one at one point.
I think so, and it's so weird and it's and in fact the episode, like, usually these people are used to just like reading horrible things, but this was one of the ones where they were just like gagging the entire time, like
It's
like,
awesome.
It's like,
But I think you actually linked that to me when we were reading the fan fiction where Alvin gets really fat and Simon wants to fuck him with some peanut butter.
we should do some fan fiction reading on this.
We should.
Okay, I'm gonna go look up something.
Okay.
I have to find. The only problem is trying to find good fan fiction to read is that you have to kind of, like, most of my sources no longer. Well, in this case, did you ever hear the site Topless Robot?
Yes.
At some point they stopped Fan Fiction Friday because the guy who did it actually left. It went to IO9, where he was supposed to continue it there, but then they said, no, we don't feel right in doing this.
No?
No, they didn't feel right doing this, so they thought that, no, we don't want to, belittle and demean amateur writers, because we feel that this is not a fair thing to do.
I guess that's a good philosophy to have on the one hand. On the other hand, Alvin got really fat, and Simon just wanted to fuck him. Hard.
Like, it's like one of those things like going, okay, I understand not wanting to make fun of amateur writers, but there's a certain point where if a fan fiction is that, like, if it's something weird and obtuse like that, then I think it's a fair game.
Well, something also that, like, I don't know that all of them, because, people write bad fan fiction on purpose.
Yeah, they just sort of sit there with their butt on the keyboard going, there.
Like, I don't know if you remember that Balto one.
Yeah.
The more that I think about it, it almost seems like that's one of those situations where they wrote it like that on purpose.
Well, I think it's like, okay, I don't remember the name of this one theory, but there, like, this one principle where it says it depend, like, there's a certain singularity where even if it is written badly on purpose, like, there's like, there's some point where it's hard. It's like there's this hard to make a distinction between something done on purpose to be bad and a genuine article. Where the Balto one is sort of on the line with with being intentionally bad. Okay, let me see. Okay, I found. Oh, here's the list of the worst fan fictions and the best fan fictions the site did.
Oh, Poe's Law. That's what we were talking
Poe's
about.
Law, yeah. Where it's like, well, at some point it's like, does it really matter? You just spent an hour to write several thousand words about Balto shitting on someone.
I guess that's true.
Okay, I wonder where the Balto one is. I had to find that one. That was a great hit. Hogwarts and the Giant Squid in First Encounter. That's the one where Hogwarts gets fucked by a giant squid.
That's beautiful.
Okay. Prince
What
William.
about the one where Charizard has to pee really bad?
Oh, I need to find that one. Okay, one minute. Like, I'm like, god damn it, Topless Robot's archive thing sucks.
I just love bad fan fiction.
Okay. Oh, here's one where it's E.T. and Elliot and Come Back to Me. Where it's...
Is it cum spelled C-U-M?
I'm thinking in my mind. Here's actually the funniest thing. The writer for the site that used to do the bad fan fiction things.
Yeah.
He hated. He was terrified of ET. So saying him an ET porno fic would be like, would be like the worst thing you could do.
He's terrified of ET?
Yeah, he's terrified of ET. He's scared of ET.
Really?
Yeah, he finds ET like ET traumatized him or something.
That's weird.
Oh God, here's a Hey, remember Oncelers?
Yes.
Here's a Lorax fix. You wanna read that one first?
Ugh.
No, actually, this one's weirdly too weird. Let me find. I'm trying to find which one isn't too weird or too long.
See if you can find a good one about that episode of Pokemon where Ash turns into a Pikachu.
Oh God, I think this site does have it. Let me find one. You want? Okay, I'm trying to find one that deeply contest. Here's one, and here's the ET one. You want the ET one?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send you the ET one. You read that read that while I look for the Balto one or the Charizard one.
Well, to get some like some Ren and Stimpy like. Oh, I love where this is going. I love the. I miss this website. I miss the face melting.
Yeah, they started up again, but it's just not the same. This man was drunken and angry and bitter.
Yellow text is the actual fan fiction, right?
Yeah, yellow text is a fan fiction. Plain text is his commentary.
Let me see here. So.
Oh, I found the Alvin Chipmunks one.
Yes.
And I found one where it's Rory from 8 Simple Rules and Gohan from DBZ.
Yes.
Go on.
Sometimes I'll just go to fanfiction.net and just like try to find. I'll look in the crossover section to see what I got. It's great.
I found one where it was Snape and Alvin the Chipmunks.
Beautiful.
Except I don't know where it is right now.
Oh.
And here's 709 with gigantic tits fic. Oh, I found the Balto one. Okay, go on. Read the ET one.
Okay, I'm gonna read the ET one.
Introducing Sparky, the dramatic reader.
Dramatically. For 8 years, Elliot had been waiting for E.T. to come back. It was not until a week after E.T. left that he realized what impact the extraterrestrial had on his body. The FBI tested him inside and out and found he had nothing wrong with him that took about 3 days. After he got back into his routine and being semi-famous for being the boy who saved the alien from the United States government, he began having urges. Every so often as he slept, he imagined seeing E.T. again. Only he was different. He was stronger, clearer. He had a different body. He was always smart. But was young, Elliot sensed. Hold on. One of those weirdly read sentences. Still, had some growing up to do. But the feelings he felt were very much adult. They were connected, gene to gene, molecule to molecule, and soul to soul.
Butt to butt.
Ass to dit. Hip to dick.
Finger to sphincter.
Every part of his body was shared with E.T., and it made his penis grow harder each night as he slept. Oh,
Oh no!
it wasted no time.
Just right in the gut. Kunk. There you go. We're right here now. You just pooped your pants.
I like that it's already revisionist. Like they've made E. I feel like they're gonna make E.T. sexy in this, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gonna go Twilight on this shit.
Because I could understand somebody being attracted to E.T., but like if it's I don't know.
Like goddamn it, if I'm gonna read an ET porno, I want the full experience.
I want the full experience. Elliot knew E.T. was making him have that erection, and would tell him all the secrets of his world, science, spirituality, and the stars. Elliot would receive visions in a lifetime of educating in one night, and he would feel strong, rough hands come across his body and his cock being teased and played with.
Oh no.
His soul was moistening. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Let me go backwards and reread that.
Yeah.
His hole was moistening.
Ugh.
He
Okay.
was becoming slightly more feminine.
Right into transformation.
E.T. wanted him to be more female to be the submissive partner.
Oh, god damn it.
This is terrible because it's. I think the person who wrote this might be a rapist.
Oh god, no. That's horrible.
Feeling his body being tailored so easily, and the fact he accepted it so willingly made him come so hard.
Oh.
As he grew older, he was a little shorter for a man. He had a more feminine body, an hourglass shape, with a lean, somewhat muscular body. He was not a sissy boy, but he was sensitive.
He was
and
a cunt boy.
very gentle. He was a fucking he's a,
This is a cunt boy story.
what's a cunt boy?
It's basically, okay, it's like, you know how, it's basically like, it's the male version of a dick girl, where, like, a dick girl is a woman with a dick, while a cunt boy is a boy with a, hoo-ha.
This is a fetish I didn't know about.
I've known about it since I was 14.
I literally cannot believe I was not aware of this.
It's like, I learned about it and went, oh, okay.
Full disclosure, I look at Futa hentai.
Yeah?
Did not know there was a cunt boy equivalent.
It's mostly a Western thing, actually, I think.
That's weird. We have issues over here, but they have issues in Japan too. So
They have issues in Japan, they have issues in, Canada. They have
want to fuck the syrup.
Fucking till it erupts. There's actually a fetish like that, where you have these people grow so big, they can fuck the earth and make it explode.
Like macro?
Yeah.
Like they put their dick in the earth and there's like a cum volcano that just destroys everything?
No, they're so massive that they fuck the earth and it shatters.
Beautiful.
Like their cock, it becomes bigger than the earth itself, and the earth is just basically just a glorified fleshlight.
They could just play like celestial baseball with their dicks.
Yeah. They're so... yeah, it's just like one of those things. It's like, that's... Okay, go on.
Oh, okay. So Elliot's turning into a cunt boy.
Yeah.
His older brother protected him from haters, and his little sister became like his little bitch.
Haters?
The kind of bitch...
What? Okay.
You need to separate. I like that the haters threw you off, and not that his sister is his little bitch.
Okay, that throws me off too. I'm confused.
I'm gonna protect you from haters, young man.
And your sister is going to be your fleshlight. Or
Let's not worry about these erotic alien dreams whenever there are haters in the world that we have to deal with.
yeah, I think I wouldn't be hating him. I wouldn't be near him. Like that family's weird.
I don't think I don't know. I fucking Drew Barrymore.
This family is like a bunch of this family is like a bunch of inbreds. They're like that one episode. They're like a X-Files episode.
Phone home.
Go on.
What was it?
Oh, that was
His little sister became his little bitch.
Oh.
The kind of bitch who had his back with the women haters.
What? I don't understand.
Parentheses. That's women who were homophobic.
What? Parentheses. That's okay.
I don't understand. Wait, is he?
What? Okay, I got a question. What part of the spectrum, queer spectrum and alternative gender spectrum is he? I don't understand. And what? Okay, you mean bitch is not in this case a sexual subservient member, but more like this is my bitch. She keeps my back. Like bad bitch or bitch with a motorcycle.
The kind of bitch who had his back. So I guess he's not fucking her. I guess he's his bitch, like his lackey.
I guess.
And
also, why? Okay, I got a question. So does everybody know that he has a hoo-ha?
Does he have a hoo-ha? Did they say that?
I think they did. His hole was moistening. He became more feminine, but not a sissy.
You know what I think we need to do?
What?
We need to keep reading and solve this mystery.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl under the desk and just weep.
He was pretty athletic and a great sportsman. But every time the stars came out and he was alone, he'd feel that full feeling, like he was being pulled by invisible strings and brought to his knees by a metaphoric orgasm. I'm sorry, metamorphic orgasm. I like metaphoric orgasm better.
Yeah, I need to use that line in something.
His ass was so sensitive and drooled so much pinkish fluid. Whoa, hold on.
What?
There's other issues at play here.
Pinkish fluid, which made his colon wet and slimy, and his knees would become so flexible, and he was easily penetrated.
I like that there's not even any commentary at this point. It's just
Just the guys,
just the face melting.
the guy that's like, anyone else feel there? Like the guys just melt, melt, melt. I'm dying inside. Like, what the pink goo? Is that some sort of embryonic fluid?
I have no idea. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that happening.
Is that like teleportation lube?
Maybe it's a special femboy goo that only femboys have?
Okay, can I say something real quick, Sparky?
Yes.
Have you ever noticed if you read enough fan fiction, you'll notice that they'll have these weird bits of world building, like these embedded bits of logic, and it's like, and they just drive right past them. Like I was reading a fan fiction where it had Alan, he walks past the fan fiction store, and they never elaborate on it.
Weird.
Like fan fiction store. Okay, is this in the world where the internet just was destroyed, and now all the things we went to the internet for is now a store? Oh.
Like, welcome to the fucking. Well, there is a weird. I was about to say, welcome to the fucking weird porn store. Now we got those.
Okay, I'll be back in a second, Sparky. You keep reading.
Okay. Now filling the gap for the missing Tommy, I'm going to read the rest of the terrible E.T. fanfiction. As he got older, he would insert toys inside of his cunt-like ass. His ass would squeeze so hard it'd either destroy the toy or push it out and make him cum puddles of almost see-through cum. The slimy liquid his ass produces when he was horny would often expel from him during coming and get on his fingers, which he would be compelled to suck down. Sucking down his pink ass juice made his cock thicker and made his body tighter and leaner. After one night of riding his dildo to climax as E.T. was caressing his body from there back... Wait, hold on, I think I missed something. Is E.T. actually coming in to fuck him? Is that what's happening? I thought it was like a dream he had. I didn't realize E.T. was actually coming in. I was here. E.T. was caressing his body from there bound. He heard the words, "Wait one more week." That made Elliot stop completely. No breathing, no heart pounding, no thoughts, no coming. Then it hit him so hard, he gave a screeching growl as his cum burst out and covered his bed. Seeing his pink ass juice cover his bed with his cum, he couldn't help but rub his body all into it and wrap his blanket around his body. A bit from the commentary here. Like the world's grossest burrito. Like a womb of sorts, he embraced the smell of his own juices. The linger sensation of E.T. raping his soul made him continually come and lather his bed in his pink ass juice. It is rape. E.T. is raping Elliot's soul. And all Drew Barrymore can do is tell the she-haters to quit being so damn homophobic. Eventually he dried out and became tired and weak, preparing to sleep in a cocoon of flower-smelling cum. But he stayed awake with the idea that E.T. was coming back.
Ow. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Okay. I had to get food.
So I don't know if there's a part of this that I missed. I didn't know E.T. was... I thought he was dreaming earlier. I didn't know E.T. was actually coming to have sex with him.
Oh, that's what the pink goo was.
That's E.T.?
I think so. I don't know.
Well, between that and it clearly states that E.T. is raping his soul. So is this like some cosmic E.T. being? I
think so. I think it's E.T. willing himself across the cosmos to do this unspeakable act. Which
is just...
E.T. is an eldritch abomination.
It's just terrible.
Who can cross the distance of the stars astrally and force this upon somebody.
God
I'm
damn.
terrified. That's terrifying. That's like a something like a Lovecraft fan would write.
This is just ridiculous.
And this is supposed to be romantic.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can go on.
Let's find something else, man. This is too much. This is a weird we like I'm scared. I want to go home. Let me find something that isn't as deeply unnerving. Um oh, I found the Charizard story.
Yay!
Okay, that'll be a palate cleanser. That just has pee in it.
It's okay. We're going back to normal stuff now. Just pee.
We're fine. We don't longer have any cosmic horrors, psychological horrors. This is just someone who wants his Charizard to pee.
No pink ass goo.
No pink ass
Unless you
goo.
count Ditto.
Well, Ditto doesn't count. He's a whole different thing. And, I think he usually asks for consent. Like, Ditto says no to rape culture.
There we go.
Like, that was terrifying, man.
That needs to be a poster. Ditto says no to rape culture.
Mm-hmm.
As like those kids say no. The Hulk Hogan says no to drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh.
Remember, real American heroes don't do drugs.
Or I like your version better.
Yet again, I pretty much found out that if you speed up and change the tempo and things, you can make almost any song you want.
I'm so happy that that's our thing.
Yeah, like that'll be oh yeah. So I have to find a place to put the intro in. Okay, so Charizard story, a classic.
This one's titled Pokey Accident. Let me tell you a story that starts with my Charizard. Is this from the perspective of Ash? It's not Ash's Charizard?
No, this is like some dude.
Okay, some dude.
Yeah, some dude. Some dude with a Charizard.
I now think if people talk about like what if Pokemon was real all the time, but now that I think about it, people would fuck Pokemon.
Actually, there's a canon thing that might mean there was in fact interspecies relationships in Pokemon.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's from the Pokemon are human theories, right?
Right.
All right.
So technically, it did happen at some point in Pokemon.
Well, that's just beautiful. Just nothing can exist without getting fucked. That's all there is to it.
Well, existence is just continuously scraping against each other, so that counts.
I think I'm gonna start the wallet fetish.
Yeah. What would
If
that
you
be?
go to my DeviantArt, it says pictures of me with wallets on my dick.
No. It's like if you ask people for their wallets, and you take the wallet and you take everything out, and you just take the wallet.
There you go. That's all I want is the wallet.
Just give me your wallet, and I'm gonna jack off with it.
I like throw all the credit cards. Like, here's your credit card, your money. Give me your wallet. I don't need your identity. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what this is about.
This is about my dick in your wallet. I want to make a deposit in your wallet.
Or you're looking at cows on the side of the road, and you're just like, man, look at those future wallets.
That cow can make like 20 wallets.
I am so ready to fuck these future wallets.
You know what's okay? I just love weird weird fetishes because like you'll just see them like they're like a piece of art almost.
Which is crazy because everybody has a weird fetish.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you'll encounter a fetish that it's like like I want to get into the mind of whoever has it. Well, like you have a weird fetish, I probably have a weird fetish.
I like that. Probably protect the innocent.
Well, Sparky probably has a weird fetish, but you'll never know if you unless you look at his DeviantArt or his Tumblr.
My Tumblr.
It's like it's like everybody's going to his Tumblr. I wonder what it is. Oh, it's that. Okay, that's pretty mundane.
That was I listened to the stand-up comedian Tom Segura.
Yeah.
He's really funny, but he had a bit from a recent set or something like that was like he's talking about sex with his wife and how like whenever you're first starting out in a relationship, which is true, when you're first starting out in a relationship and you see like, well, what do you want? Like, what are your sexual desires? And it's always something like, even if it's like it'll only ever get slightly weird at that stage.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like, oh, I want you to like put a pinky in my butthole. You know what I mean? Like, that's not too crazy. That's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that happens. But then, like, after, say, a few years of marriage, it's like, well, I want you to, like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, I want you to pull on my ball sack like it's the only thing that's going to be able to get you across the fucking Pacific Ocean or something like that. Just, like, desperation. And she's all like, but, like, a wife is like, because, like, a girlfriend would be like, ew, oh my god. But a wife would be like, sure, whatever. I don't care. I'll spit butter in your asshole. Let's go. And he talked about everybody has that. And then he talked about audience members. Like, one lady got off by thinking about, she would visualize different ways to murder her husband. And her husband was just sitting right there. And he's like, yeah, that's what it is. That's what gets her off. And then another lady was like, I like to sit on my husband's face. And he's like, well, that's not that. You can't really claim that. That's not that weird. And she's all like, well, no, because I like the sensation of his eyelashes against my butt cheeks. That's the line that makes it a weird fetish.
I think the line technically is about how specific it is.
Like, did we talk about the dude that wanted a drawing from somebody that was, he wanted somebody shackled in a car, sinking in the mud, getting their feet tickled?
Well, those were two separate things. But yeah, we talked about that the last cast, where it's this guy, he said you got a note from him, and a friend of yours got a note from him, where it's like, I want a busty MILF in a car with its airbag deployed, and it's stuck sinking in the mud.
Getting their feet tickled.
I don't know, I remember that was being separate, but that's a weirdly common fetish.
That is weird.
That's like...
That's the other thing that's odd about these, like how they show up in more than one person.
They'll show up in more than one person, and I believe the reason why is that if you look at these people, you kind of go, okay, they're all the same age brackets a lot of time. That it seems to come in waves. And the reason why that came about is that there were so many cartoons you could see as a kid of that when they were kids at that age. The joke was to have someone's feet locked into a shackle and then tickled.
I guess that makes sense.
And now it's so common as a fetish, no one does it really in cartoons anymore.
Have you seen the? Have you ever read the Max?
The Max? I've seen the animated series.
Something that's not covered in the animated series, but they get into in the comic later when they're exploring Mr. Gon's character.
Yeah.
He's an assaulter, like he's a rapist.
Yeah.
And he attacks women, but he over the course of what he's doing, like one common theme is that he forces women to have sex while wearing a pink parka and a bag over their head.
Oh.
And then it goes into his past, and then it turns out when he was a kid, his I don't remember what it was, stepmother, foster mother, aunt, or something like that, she would rape him like that. And then he always kills his victims because there's so much shame associated with sex for him.
Damn.
And it's like, it's the Max is a great comic, but it's super fucked up. And that's sort of similar to like what happened to Rorschach in The Watchmen.
Right.
Because his mother was a prostitute, and then he came in, and she was like an abusive prostitute mother, basically. And he walked in on her and a John one time, and so now he just associates all sex with shame. So like even like he has some repressed sexual desire, and he sees sexual desires projected by other people as shameful. I always feel like that's related to what causes these super hyper-specific fetishes.
Some sort of weird trauma, and the trauma being associated with something.
Exactly.
There's this podcast that is kind of similar to ours where it'll talk about weird things. In this case, it's very much more entrenched in the weird fetish because the two people who host it are in fact of the weird fetish community.
Sweet. What are their weird fetishes?
In this case, one, they're both into the fatness.
Hell yeah.
Fatness and gaining weight. Actually, the guy who is the one of the hosts is the Agouti Rex.
Oh, it's Show. You're talking about Show.
Yeah,
I am familiar with Show.
yeah. I've listened to it. I like it. Except I keep on saying it, going, I have better production values in this show. It's like, I keep on saying it. Like I had to always like turn the volume up high enough so I can actually hear them. Like I will donate a better mic to you two motherfuckers.
Nice.
Okay, but so they were talking about this one episode. They were talking about three Kickstarters, where one of them was hosted by a guy who did like a Heckle and Jekyll looking comic with like cats, and
Instead of
his
crows.
what what
Wait, like was it a Heckle and Jekyll comic or was it just to look like it?
it just looked like it had sort of the same narrative themes and sort of structure. It read like basically I don't know I don't know what Heckle and Jekyll is. All I know is that it sounded familiar, and the comic looks a lot like two
Old timey cartoons.
what
It looks like what?
old timey cartoons or what somewhat.
Yeah.
Which if you have someone who's obsessed with Ralph Batsky or old timey cartoons to an unhealthy degree, they're going to be a weirdo.
That's true.
And okay, but so like if you have someone who's very much too much of a follower of John Pawlowski, that even he has pretty much said that a lot of his fans are really creepy fetish people.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, like even when John Pawlowski will full out say, "You are too obsessed with cartoons."
Like,
But okay,
wait, what was the Kickstarter?
okay, his Kickstarter was to get his long-running website-based comic, which was about a cat in the country with a bindle and another cat lady, and they're both. Let me look it up. It's weird. It's like it's almost indescribably weird because you stare at it and go, something feels off about this.
Because I feel the potential for the weirdness, but I pinpoint what it could possibly be.
Okay, it's
based on what you're
well.
describing.
Okay, first of all, the art looks strange. It looks like a kid drew it.
Oh, and Heckle and Jekyll is it's an old cartoon about two crows.
Oh yeah, well that's what the show guys described it as. Okay, here's the Kickstarter, actually. I'm sorry, Agouti Rex, if we're stealing your content.
I'm not sorry, Goody Rex.
Well, you gotta steal from the best.
I love Agouti though. That dude's awesome.
I like him too. Okay, his name is Max West, and his comic is apparently enchanting and in a Max West enchanting picturesque world. Sunnyville. And the cats all look like weird sonic cyclopses.
They're all doing that. I don't know how to describe this, but I've seen this face before that they're doing.
It kind of looks like somebody who kind of grew up on. It looks like an inbred style of Sonic and sort of old cartoons.
Yes.
Like they never developed beyond that. Like you ever see someone who has a very influenced art, and they never went beyond that?
Yes, I have.
And they never developed their technique. It's always sort of almost starts to fester. And I don't mean to insult him, but like I can draw better than that.
He needs $1,800.
Yeah, $1,800 to print his comic, which I could print. Oh, and you know how much he got?
How much? $7.
$7. Well, okay, it depends on like what kind of run you're gonna do. Let's say if we did a zine, like you would have to factor in let's say it's just two of us. We'd have to pay each other, then pay for shipping cost and material and time.
Yeah.
So maybe he kind of factored that in, but when you look at the art, you kind of go, I don't know if it's worth $18 to pay for that.
No, definitely not.
And okay, but so it's like I'm thinking if you want to do a comic, dude, why don't you just post it like zine style?
Wait, hold on. Help bring Sunnyvale stories to fans like you and comic readers who want something different. Not an assembly line product like DC or Marvel Comics.
Yeah, more like I don't know.
This guy needs to shut up.
Grocery store comics.
The saga of Sunnyvale revolves around two cats living there, the wisecracking city boy, Robert Rusty Duncan, and the sweet country girl, Samantha Sam McGregor. In the first volume, Rusty moves to Sunnyvale, meets Sam, and the duo has all kinds of adventures in the little town.
Like fucking?
Is that what they do in the comic?
No.
I didn't know that.
That's just okay. First of all, he didn't draw the bindle right. That's annoying me. The bindle is not propped on his shoulder. It's just sort of holding it in the air.
I need this to somehow be a fetish comic, besides the fact that it's furries.
It is. Okay, here's his fetish. a Goody Rex would go to like the fur cons, and this guy, first of all, he's kind of a weird stalker. Oh, here's a pamphlet, and he'll never leave you alone.
I'm looking at his picture. He's definitely a weird stalker.
Yeah, but also secondly, he has a bubblegum fetish.
Like Princess Bubblegum from...
No, what his fetish is that he'll draw sort of pinup, like say sexy deer pinups, like old style pinups where they're like wearing, like they're not showing too much, but they're just in a pose, blowing a big bubblegum bubble, and like a little cat just staring awestruck at the bubble.
That's crazy.
It has all these posters just of that, and it'll commission people just to do that.
First off, you expect me to believe he's drawing a sexy pinup? Second off, I don't understand the appeal of the bubblegum bubble.
I don't know.
Like, I understand that seeing somebody chew gum is sexy because it's like, oh, it's kind of an innocence thing or whatever.
I think the chewing bubblegum kind of factors in it too. But he also has a how to make comics section.
Oh boy.
It's the entire here's the thing. I first found this guy when I was really looking up comic tutorials. Here's the thing. I can kind of say that he puts a lot of work into his comics. He has a full rapidograph set.
I just love that. I love that. It's like the Tim Buckley, the Control-Alt-Delete guy, has a Cintiq that cost a couple of $1,000s, and he just uses it to copy and paste.
Well, the thing with this guy, at least he hand draws his comic, and it looks like he's putting effort into it.
You gotta give him that.
You can say that his comics are handmade, and he doesn't copy-paste. It's just, I don't know, I can't get mad at the comic style somewhat like I can get mad at Tim Buckley, because his stuff is sort of soulless in its own way. Soulless, bland. This one is just kind of like, this one, it has its charm and just how bad it is.
That's true.
It's like you look at it going, this kind of looks like a kid's comic drawn by a kid, except the guy's like in his 40s.
Is he really?
I swear to God, he's in his 40s.
Are you familiar with Davykin's Foxfire?
Oh, did you see his Kickstarter?
Oh my God, does he have a Kickstarter?
Yes, I will link that shit to you, motherfucker. That was I saw that the day it first came out. Like, I was looking through Tumblr, and I'm like, oh my God, he has a Kickstarter. And first of all, for anybody that doesn't know who Davykin Foxfire is, or David Gutherman, as he is known throughout the web, the old web.
We were talking about self-insert characters earlier.
He is the king of them.
Exactly. He's the your example.
He is the your example, and they are just the most bizarre things. Davykin Foxfire, enter, was a fan fiction writer and comic artist from the early web. Back, the web as you know it is built upon an older web that you can dig down to.
Like, I first heard of this guy in 2003. This was the first time I'd ever heard the term Mary Sue. And I read, like, a bunch of his comics. I read one about Sally, who was really... Sally from the Sonic cartoon. Oh my God, I've never seen a picture of him.
Do you see his face?
I cannot believe this. Like, it's everything I've ever dreamed of.
I actually thought the guy was fake. Like, he was some sort of... Like, when I was a kid, I thought he was fake, like some big internet hoax.
He set up a Kickstarter for... He's got $37 of his $2,500 go.
Like, okay, you know what's really funny? People who do comics, like, I've seen people who try to do Kickstarters like this, they'll ask for, like, $50,000 or something like that. It's kind of sad. Like, he asked for such a modest sum just to make a webcomic. Like, I just want $2,500 to start my webcomic. And 4 people backed him.
That's terrible.
I
want to look at the goals.
My God, you have to read them all.
The $1 pledge, all backers with a valid email address will be able to access a private stream of all webcomics pages in progress. The address will be placed in the mailing list and receive updates on scheduled streaming sessions to see the pages being made and be able to comment to me along the way. Oh my God. Joy.
I would have loved, I wish I could have done like a crowdsourcing thing. Like, let's Let's fund this because I want to be involved in that stream.
There's two kinds of people. There's people who are going to be like, yes, I need to see David Gunterman drawing comics. It's all I've ever wanted, and it's all I'm ever going to need. And after this, I can die happy. And then there's the other spectrum of people who you're going to have to clockwork orange their eyeballs open and force them to watch David Gunterman stream.
I would do that. Okay. Oh, can I read the second one?
Yes, the $15 one.
Yes. Any pledge with a valid email address will receive a PDF pitch Bible with character and story notes as well as the script for the first batch of strips. They will also receive a PDF comic with corrected art, as in someone else drew it.
Or as in what should be on the website in the final anyway.
I guess. Bonus items and other goodies for the duration of the webcomic. And okay, can I describe the mouse?
Yes.
The fucking mouse character. Okay, David Gutterman wants to do a webcomic. It's about a lady. Okay, let's describe it. Okay, I'm gonna read the thing. A young woman wanting to bring back the classic cartoons finds a mouse that could bring the lost art to the 21st century. Does that make any goddamn sense?
If you're familiar with David Gunterman, it is.
Yeah, okay, I always been a big fan of the older cartoons, the shorts from the 20s to the 60s, from Disney and Warner and Universal on. They had a special charm and timelessness that I find missing in animation today. Yeah, he's one of those guys. One of those guys that believes all animation after the 70s sucks.
Yeah.
This, as well as the need for web cartoons that is considerably lighter than what's put out nowadays. Have you ever seen Poppy? That's light and lovable. Have you read Poppy?
No, I've never read Poppy.
Poppy Opossum. I'll look that up for you. But have you ever put out nowadays? You have several Kickstarter projects like that. Presented a project that's been brewing in my head for years now and won't let me be until I put it down on this fucking sentence down on paper and present it to the world. And on top of that, there'll be this little fella, this little bastard, this little mouse bastard.
He's got a mullet.
He's got a mullet. He's got like some sort of like, I don't know. His suit looks so familiar. Well, in the Kickstarter banner, he's dressed like Mickey Mouse and she's holding him.
Like, first off, this character is he's the mouse from the Titanic animated movie.
He's the mouse from the Titanic animated movies. That means he's Fievel.
And he's mixed with Mickey Mouse.
Oh, did you see the Keyblade?
Oh, did he have a Keyblade?
Yeah, go down.
No way.
He also does parkour.
Oh my god. Really?
Yes, go down. Okay, it's like after the story. Go to the story section, go down, and you'll see the parkour image.
Does he actually describe it as parkour?
Yes.
Oh my god. I hope David Gunterman practiced parkour.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Like, I need to do an animation of that if I could ever do animation. Just have, like, David Gunterman. Which would be funnier? Him actually doing it, like, well?
Or him doing it just like...
What?
What's the word I'm looking for?
Just, like, falls on his face.
Just completely dysfunctional at it.
Wait, would it be... I think it'd be hilarious if you were just saying, like, hey, is that David Gunterman? And he just scaled the building.
Yes.
Oh, he's trying to get away from his adoring fans.
Be like, hold on. Yeah.
Okay, but you have to... Oh, God. He describes the character. Okay, cartoon character. Okay. He describes it. This comic is basically a ripoff of so many things, like Roger Rabbit. And, okay, I'm going to send you the mouse picture. I'm going to send it to you.
Also, how is this dude that just, like, he can't get behind modern cartoons? He loves anime.
That's the weird thing. Okay, have you seen his Keyblade yet? It looks like it's a Keyblade. He has a fucking Keyblade.
It's the exact Keyblade from he just traced the Keyblade.
He traced it. Oh my god, you have to go down even lower. You get a full res picture of him. Oh my god, look at this guy. It's just like he looks like what you'd think.
This is David Gunterman. This is the David Gunterman I saw in my head all those years.
That's him. It's really weird. I was telling my mom about him and his shenanigans in the 90s. And she says, "Oh, well, he was probably a teenager, so, that's what happens." I'm like, he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
He was in his 20s when he was doing this, Mom.
This is a grown man in his 40s now.
He's old enough to be like my dad. No. He's like, old up my dad who wants to do this. This is what you do when you're 12 when you try to start your Kickstarter. It's gonna be like this mouse dude who's like an old cartoon and he can do parkour and he has a keyblade.
I always get a little agitated at the people that we were talking about earlier, the kind of person that this dude is. First off, I also just noticed that the mouse has one ear that's black.
I'm staring going, okay, now that's pissing me off.
That's such a fucking terrible OC thing.
Well, it's like that's not Sonic, that's Blonic. He's like orange.
That's my original character, Blonic.
Of course, technically, my mouse looks like every other mouse character.
To be honest, your stuff does remind me of like, in a good way. It reminds me of like Gun Show and like Nedroid.
Those are actually my two biggest inspirations now in art. That and
Makes sense.
every other sort of my style is pretty much just sort of like someone asked me to describe my style the other day, and I said, blobby cartoon.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, really.
It's blobby cartoon. It's sort of a massive blobs shifting and shaping as they go.
Because I love the way you draw mouses. I love the way you draw bears and dogs. Those are my favorite things for you to draw.
Yeah, those
and
are
ghosts.
ghosts. I have an entire comic where it's gonna be this entire city made out of ghosts.
I'm so in love with it.
Yeah, but so this mouse character, he looks like a bad OC, including you ever see someone who's desperately trying to get there, like this is gonna be my animated series, and they have all the production shit, but it's like these characters. Like here's his turnaround. You're just staring, going, "That's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
That's Mickey Mouse. That's Fievel. That's every other mouse character ever exists."
I can't tell what the side one is. Like in in this turnaround, I just love David Gunterman so much. I thought whenever I found his stuff in 2003, like I had read a bunch of comics from the 90s, I was like, well, maybe he's better now. Then I posted one from 2002, and now I'm looking at this from like 2013, and this guy has not progressed literally an inch.
Okay, actually, here's the funny thing. He's almost progressed. Okay, technically, compared to his other artists, he's progressed an inch.
Oh yeah?
Okay, I'm trying to think. No, technically, this other artist is better than David Gutterman by a long shot. Of course, my cousins, who are all like 8 and 5, they will be drawing better than David Gutterman in like 2 years.
Yes.
But okay, there's this. Okay, but first of all, David Gutterman, at least he has a handle on modern technology, somewhat. Because you look at it and kind of go, well, he knows how to use Photoshop layers and how to clean up line art somewhat.
Maybe.
No, but I'm saying that he at least has the skill of a teenager who has recently learned how Photoshop actually works.
On the turnaround, on the side of the mouse's face, you can see where he erased his pin line and drew with the single pixel Photoshop pin.
Oh my god.
Like MS painted his face up.
Yeah. Also, you can. What's that weird patch of hair? Brown hair? Is that like.
On his side or his head?
His side. He has like a second mullet.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was looking at the side drawing in the turnaround. I can't tell if he's holding a football. He's like, hey guys, you want to go play a game of touch? Or if he's got just some weird back hair that only grows.
He's got like a weird. He's got like an organic girder. Girdle.
Earlier today, he investigated and was working on a growth and shrink device and fell into it, turning him into his current 1 meter tall self.
Wait, what?
I'm looking at the story.
Okay.
The single sentence I just read. Earlier that day, he investigated another science lab who was working. Hold on, another science lab.
Another one. I haven't read this. Wait, he's actually a dude that gets turned into a mouse?
I can't tell.
Okay, let's read the whole entire story. Amber Miriato,
Maricello?
He named his character so weird. Is a young animation student with dreams to get into the feature animation. Think of Disney feature films, of course. Yeah, whatever. No, I was thinking like Dingo Studios.
Yeah, or fucking Teletoon at best.
Yeah, but due to a combination of the poor economy and the belief in the animation age ghetto. Oh, fuck. Fucking...
Nobody is talking about the animation age ghetto anymore because it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it's like one of those things like, yeah, there is such a thing, but guess what? Who gives a shit?
I don't get this guy. She's dressed like an anime high school girl too.
Yeah, okay, everything about his art is almost like this massive blob of influences that never congealed. His art is like a continuous fugue state, man.
It's clearly he loves Inuyasha.
Right? But you won't
And
admit it.
I do honestly feel like we were talking about like, oh, he's not into modern cartoons, but he loves anime. I get the feeling he only likes anime from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, he's probably like, I don't want that bullshit. You know, what's that one where the guy, where the principal punches deers?
Oh, Nichijou.
Nichijou. Like, get that Nichijou away from me. But okay,
Good.
but a combination of poor economy and animation age ghetto by every company she do frustrates her. Dude, go work for Linka. Go no, okay, what's the company that made Paranorman?
Oh, Leica.
Yeah, Leica. I keep on. Go work for Leica. They had a fucking gay character in there, just snuck in there, like
Yeah.
and they didn't just imply it. They just said he's gay. Fuck you.
Get a job on Box Trolls.
Give Java box roll something, you dumb bink. She wished for something to turn her career around, and the wish was answered by a cartoon-sized mouse.
Well, you got to go back and reread that. Reread how this adult man speaks.
Okay.
The wish got answered by a cartoon-sized mouse.
What the fuck? That's such a. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write an entire novel like this. Just
Like, I
this-
can't.
who stumbled into bushes. His name is Johnny Breeze and hailed from a mouse colony founded by lab escapees for an unknown experiment. As a descendant of those rodents, okay, here it says that he's always been a mouse. Johnny shows an anthro body and human-like intelligence, as opposed to a animal body and animal-like intelligence with a dude.
Can I just say that he's stolen Johnny's backstory from fucking
Secret Name.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, he's like human intelligent. In fact, he looks like he walked out of a Don Bluth film. Wouldn't it be horrifying? Just okay, I'm just got a question. Like, okay, he looks like he walked out of a Don Bluth film. Imagine suddenly you wake up and you have a Roger Rabbit style cartoon character just standing in your room.
No.
Like I think I would not react to that like I wouldn't be reacting like, oh, I found a cartoon now. So I'd be like, I'm hallucinating.
Like, jackpot, I found the cartoon mouse.
Time to pull your pants down, my boy. He used to watch classic cartoons religiously and dreams of becoming a cartoon character in the human world. How is he a cartoon character? Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. This feels like a half-witted attempt at creating a setting. Like, you ever read Love Me Nice?
No.
Basically, this woman creates sort of like a cartoon world setting where human beings and cartoons coexist. And it's much better than this. This is like that, except if David Gutterman wrote it.
It's like the bonkers conundrum.
Yeah.
Like, how is, like, everybody in that world is a cartoon. How is bonkers, like, separate from the fucking cartoon people? What makes this guy a cartoon? What makes the mouse a cartoon? I don't understand.
He looks wackier and he's an animal. Okay, that's the thing. In Love Me Nice, it explains that idea where cartoons are just a separate species that just look like cartoonier.
I also like the haphazard ideas because that goes into this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, but that's what this is. It's a haphazard fan fiction idea. It's world building, but without actual plot put into it.
Like, yeah, because the very next statement, the one that got us reading the story was earlier that day. He investigated another science lab who was working on a growth and shrink device, and he fell into it, turning him into his current 1 meter tall self. So, like, in the world, they're working on the grow shrink ray.
And there's human-sized mice, which is
like, what?
There's a colony of human-sized mice, and then he gets. This is like a continuous acid trip.
I like that the parkour comes out of nowhere too.
And just parkour. He can practice parkour. It's like, did he get the parkour ability when he shrunk?
I have no idea.
And what's with that patch on his side? And where did he get the gloves or the little suit?
Well, that's just part of what comes with being a cartoon.
And where did he get the key from? Did he punch Mickey in the dick?
Like,
and steal it?
We were like the way that Like Amber, I don't understand how this helps her animation career. What she does is she gets the idea to record Johnny's parkour free running on the internet, and it led to, with help with her friends, the Chromatown vid series.
This makes no sense. First of all, this is an animation. Like, okay, Sorky, if you saw a video on the web of a mouse doing parkour, do you think you could tell if it was special effects or not?
I feel like that would have to be special effects.
Like, cause at some point, like, like, there's some convincing shit, but you can tell when something's fake. There's a human instinct for that. If there was a video of a mouse doing this shit, and I saw it, I'd go, okay, if that's not special, if that's a special effects, this thing has a budget like Avatar or some shit.
Like the other thing that gets me going is how like she's put the cartoony gloves and the cartoony pants with the Mickey Mouse buttons on him.
Where did she
That
get
doesn't make him a cartoon character.
That just makes him a freak of nature in that cartoon costume.
He's not animated because he's a living creature.
She's crazy too. Everything in David Gutterman's work works on this bizarre logic that keeps on breaking down on itself over and over again. It's self-eating logic.
So wait a minute, hold on. The reason for the Kickstarter is because he needs the tools and supplies to make it. He can write the story and the script. In fact, he has a Haggle book on SkyDrive, but he needs the funding to make the actual comics and to find a server to house it in.
Where's the drawings from?
I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, I think his power is to just shit out these drawings.
Every time David Gunterman comes back into my life, by the way, I watched him on DeviantArt after I read that article initially.
Yeah?
I found him like years later. I watched him on DeviantArt. This guy watches me on DeviantArt.
Oh my god. We need to have him on the podcast.
I need to get my connects. I need to ask him what's going on with this.
Like, yo, David Gutterman, actually, here's the thing. I don't know if he's done anything since this Kickstarter.
When was the Kickstarter?
Huh?
When was the Kickstarter?
2012.
2012.
He was supposed to bring about the apocalypse with this comic.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Look at David Gunterman's stupid fucking haircut.
Oh, wait, I have to go back. Okay, his stupid fucking haircut. 1 second. I'm looking at it. Yes.
I want this picture to represent this episode of the podcast.
Yes. I already had it downloaded.
David Gunterman is such a force in my life. I love you, David Gunterman.
I have David Gutterman on my hard drive. I have his big fat face on my hard drive. Okay, is he in a hotel room in this picture?
I can't tell if he's in a hotel room or he's just in his terrible apartment. Is he by the window or is he by the door with the door open?
I'm looking at that thing. Like, where's that light coming from? That's like, this is a weird picture.
He's got the lava lamp for some reason.
There's a lava lamp and there's a lamp without a shade on it.
So his light source is covered.
Also, yeah, no, neither one of those lamps are on. What's that glowing ball of light from the side of him?
Yeah, because this curtain's closed, you can't even tell if it's daytime in this picture or there's just some weird light source. He's got a third off-camera lamp.
Is that even a curtain? I'm staring at that. What is that? And what's that red thing in the back that's next to the lava lamp? Is that like a pill bottle or candy?
I am so fascinated by you, David Gunterman.
Whispers.
Reveal your secrets to me.
I want to interview this man. I'm so interested. I love people like David Gutterman, like Chris Chan, David Gutterman, all these weird internet people. I want to write a novel based on these people.
Do you think he's Asperger's?
I don't think so. I think it might be something different. It could. Here's the thing. He has plenty of weird sort of quirks that probably points to the signs of a mental development thing. That might be Asperger's. It might be a lot of things, but we don't know. We'd have to ask the man.
And of course, I always hate to make fun of people and then find out that they're just. But the thing is, like, I don't think if he does have some kind of developmental issue, that it's what makes him like this. I just literally think he has no filter in his brain.
That's the thing. I'm not making fun of him because of his possible condition. I'm making fun of the fact that he does this. He goes online because there are plenty of people with Asperger's that don't do this shit.
Yeah.
They'll go online and have like an odd way of speaking and things like that and odd art, but they won't do the things David Gutterman has. Like, He's
like the most epic Sailor Moon fan fiction ever.
where he beats to death the two lesbian characters, which pissed me off when I read that. Like, those are my favorite characters.
I forgot he was homophobic. Thank you for bringing that back up.
Okay, actually, here's the thing. He's apparently not homophobic anymore.
Oh no?
Some of his recent it's just okay. You know why we haven't heard much from David Gutterman until the Kickstarter?
What is that?
He's trying to not act out anymore. He's grown up somewhat, so he's like gotten to the point where he knows that maybe I shouldn't write fan fiction where I have a bunch of self-fulfillment characters. He still does that. Like with this is obviously a wish fulfillment comic, but maybe I shouldn't have so much me beating up lesbians in my comics, or Pearl Forrester from Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, the thing where he tries to be edgy.
So he's trying not to be edgy anymore. So it's like, that's why he kind of subsided and nobody heard about him for a while. And then you start hearing about Chris Chan.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
The Kickstarter has a link to his Facebook.
Oh my god.
He plays Candy Crush.
Oh my god.
I play Candy Crush. I'm gonna send him a request.
Oh my god. Do it, man. Do it. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. Do you see the picture on his Facebook? It's the same lighting as the one on Kickstarter.
He is just maybe he's Jesus.
Maybe he is. Maybe he has this orb of light as his roommate that controls him. Maybe David Gutterman is in fact from the future, and all of this is like a cryptogram to solve and save humanity.
That's gotta be it. I'm looking at his friends list. He's got 2 fursuits on here?
Oh my god. Oh, did you know that he actually had a fursuit comic? Twice?
Yes. The fursuit was alive.
Yeah, it was alive, and the guy had sex with it at some point.
I have now seen 3 photographs of David Gunterman. 3 things I never thought I would see before I died.
Oh my god, this man is... his head is just weird. He looks like the stereotypical internet weirdo. This is what they all look like. He is the alpha omega internet weirdo. From him, they propagated.
Let me climb inside you, David Gunterman. Let me fursuit in you.
Okay,
so that I might know your ways.
Let me make whoopee in you, David Gutterman. Say that.
Let me make whoopee. Let me get a Clinton job inside of you.
Oh my god! Okay, I would try to friend him on Facebook, except I don't want my family to see that I friend David Gutterman.
Recognize the Westboro Baptist Church as a hate group. Notify the FBI now. Like, I can't... Because that was another thing, too. He used to not claim to be homophobic, but he would beat up the lesbians. What was this?
That's like a weird... Oh my god, he has pictures. He has photos. Oh my god, he has his character from the Mouse comic cosplaying as Twilight Sparkle and Spike.
Yes.
I'm gonna send this shit to you, man. I'm gonna send this shit to... Oh my god.
It's on his feed.
It's on his feed. Jesus Christ.
His presumably friends and family saw this.
It's like Dave Eakins. No. Oh my god, there's another picture of him. He looks like a sort of like a weird like supervillain in this one.
The one with the glow behind him, or the one with where he's
the glow behind him. It's like I'm staring at. There's constantly a glow to the left of his face. No matter how much it's like I'm baffled by this man's room. And here's a comic. Oh my god, they're super tiny. And her tits are really the girl that finds the mouse. Her tits are really prominent.
He graduated at Granite City High School.
He's a caveman. That's what David Gutterman is. He's an frozen caveman.
He likes pinball, English grammar. No, you don't. Professional mouse. Don't try this at home. Candy Crush Saga.
Oh my god. Oh.
And a Japanese baseball team.
Oh my god. Oh wait. Okay. By the way, here's another. I found his webcomic. Johnny Blitz is online. Oh my god. This is. Oh, I found this other picture by him. You have to see it. Get to see this other picture I found of him. He took a selfie in a bathroom.
Rock on, David Gunterman.
He took a selfie in the bathroom. He has a bullet in this. What is with? He has glasses and he's using it. Who uses a camera anymore?
What does his shirt say?
I think it's that "Don't Tread on Me" logo.
It's the Don't Tread on Me logo, but it says 9. It's 912 in red, white, and blue.
It has something in. We borrow.
Treasure.
Just.
We borrow?
I don't know. I would have to. I don't know. David Gutterman.
Flip the image.
Huh?
It's too much work, but we have to flip the image.
God damn it! I have to open Photoshop now. Fuck! I have all these tabs open. I need to close a few of them.
This podcast has spiraled out of control.
That's what happens when you get David Gutterman on.
I want to look. I want to see his relationship status.
Oh my!
Is he married?
Is he? He had a girlfriend at some point.
Is he single? Is he on the prowl?
Please don't tell you're gonna try to get his pants, Sparky.
I am.
Oh my god!
I have to.
I'm scared now, everybody. I'm frightened. I'm frightened. Help me!
I must be inside you, David.
Oh no! I'm staring. He always has this weird lighting in all his pictures, except for the bathroom one.
I want to see I just want to see a picture of him in the gym.
Yeah.
Just the way that the Facebook people take pictures of themselves in the gym. I just want one of those of him.
Yeah. We'll send him money for that. Oh, okay. It says, do you know David Gutterman? Do you know David? To see what he shares with friends, send him a friend request. Oh my god, Sparky! If you get his friend request, if you get through, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do that as a feat, like Sparky and the David Gutterman cast.
I'm sending David Gunterman a friend request. Add friend.
Oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
Now we just have to wait it out.
Ta-da! This is okay. I'm looking at the Mouse comic. There's this black and white lady. There's two black and white people, and there's a lady wearing Google glasses.
Oh my god.
And
she is wearing Google Glass.
And she's wearing a weird unitard thing. Is it a woman? I don't know.
Are they black and white? Is that part of the story?
I don't know. And it's
I'm so intrigued by this comic now.
This man has created this comic is incomprehensible. It's art.
This is Tails Gets Trolled levels of genius.
That's where Tails Got Trolled came from, man. This man birthed all strange, weird, nonsensical comics.
He predates. This is the man. He predates. Tails Gets Trolled. He predates Sonichu. He predates.
This man is the you know how in evolution you have the creature that sort of spawned everything, the early ancestor, the primordial ancestor. This is him. This is David Gutterman.
Like the third page of the comic.
Oh my god.
It's one of those anti-racist posters, the "We're a Culture, Not a Costume" Halloween ads.
With the mouse.
And he's holding up a picture of Mickey Mouse at Disneyland.
Oh my! I saw this. I thought it was fake. I saw this on Tumblr. This is not who I am, but hey, I'm cool with it. Oh my god, David Gutterman.
You want to be... This character is literally meant to be a stereotypical cartoon character. This is...
Okay, this is David Gutterman is like fucking James Joyce.
Good night, everybody. I'm glad you were all able to tune in for the last episode of the podcast. This is all we needed.
This is all we needed. Oh god.
Our life mission is fulfilled. We may die happily.
Johnny, bury me. Just bury me with a copy of this comic, man.
Oh my god.
I can die now.
I'm so happy.
Does David Gutterman have a Patreon?
We'll find out.
Oh, he accepts bitcoins.
This is just getting better and better.
He has a donation PayPal. Man, I want a full Patreon from this guy with a video. And
I'm gonna donate to this guy. Everything.
You know what we should do, Sparky?
Yep.
I wish I had enough money to commission someone to just make a comic of the mouse and the lady fucking, because you know David Government wants to draw that.
Definitely.
Like, just she's a titty anime girl from school. Like she's a titty anime schoolgirl. That's what she is.
I'm gonna do super detailed fan art for David Gunterman,
You need to.
and then I'm gonna draw the mouse and the girl fucking.
Yeah, that'll be exclusive if you donate to our Patreon for the podcast.
$5 backers get the mouse fucking.
Yeah.
$50 backers get me fucking David Gunterman.
Yeah, actually, George says we ought to do a Patreon when we actually start the podcast up.
We should.
Yeah, they should. Of course, I'm just. This is a.
And then we'll redirect it to David's PayPal.
Yeah, well, yeah, David, you get all this money, but I get a night with you, David.
My biggest fear is that everything related to David Gunterman will die off, because it's never going to get boring.
It's never gonna get boring, man. It never does. It's just it's the gift that keeps on giving, man. His art, he is art, man, just by existing.
I keep trying to get away, but I keep coming back to you, David.
Oh, David.
Davykins.
I think you might alert Chris that there might be a possible problem with the relationship. Chris, Cece, I'm sorry. I've only known her recently, so I keep on trying to figure out a nickname to call her. Chris, Cece, whatever.
If you ask her, she'll say that either one of those will work.
Okay, Cece, I have to leave you. I found my true love, David Gutherman.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry it had to come out like this. I'm just taken back by the beauty.
He is an artist. He has a sense of soul. Oh my god, David Gutherman, you fucking insane bastard. You are a genius. He has a fursuiter. Kaneki? Oh my god. These things are terrifying, and you're kinda awesome.
Is he a fursuiter?
I don't believe so. He just has it as a theme in his work. He'll deny that he's a furry. I sent you something.
Yes, this is one I was looking at. These fursuits are nuts.
It's, sometimes I think fursuits are kind of interesting, and yet they kind of freak me out.
Just, oh man, is Kana
King?
Kana King? Kana.
I kind of want to follow Kana King and get all the other stuff. The stuff that, oh my god, Latex Mask Central. All mascots. Used fetish wear for sale.
No.
Come on, don't get used. God damn it. You don't know where it's been.
Alright, I think I'm done. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go cry. 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 I'm gonna go cry.